Blessings and welcome. I am Tuesday May Thomas, and this is your weekly tarot energy forecast for October 6th through October 13th of 2017. I'm so very grateful to be here with you, and I'm so stoked for all my new subscribers, for all of your comments, your love, your thumbs up, and your support. As you know, I'm releasing my book, The Reiki Apprentice, A Girl's True Story of Initiation, on October 19th. I have so many giveaways for this book coming up. Please do subscribe to my website and get your free copy of The Higher Self Blueprint of Mastery, one of my mini books, by subscribing. And that way you'll be in the know and you'll get my twice monthly newsletter with updates on my free giveaways, my blog posts, and all sorts of goodies in there. So do subscribe to my website. The link will be down below in the description box, and I can't wait to keep in touch. In fact, this week, what I have for you is I have 5 free PDF copies of my book, The Reiki Apprentice, that I will email to you for the first 5 subscribers to my website. Okay, I will personally email a copy of my book to you on a PDF format for those first 5 subscribers from October 6th of 2017. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We have so much juicy goodness happening. It's a full moon today. It's actually October 5th that I'm recording this and preparing for this next week. And the energy just feels so juicy and so palpably nourishing and penetrable and sexy. It's kind of sexy. It's, what do I want to say? It's fruitful, it's fruit-bearing. I feel like there's a cornucopia of energy, and anyway, we'll see what the cards tell us. Let's go ahead and take a moment to call in our angels, our guides, our ascended masters, our beloved ones who perhaps have passed from this life that we wish to call on their divine wisdom and counsel. I call on my angels, my guardians, my guides. Let's call on our totem animals, just all those energies, light beings that help to support and illumine the pathway for us. We bless you and we thank you, we welcome you. And may we all receive what we need from watching and viewing this tarot forecast for this week of October 6th through October 13th of 2017. Okay, we have a popper. It's flying out there. Okay, what I'm being told is I'm told to pull the deck into half, and we're going to pull 2 from this half. Success! And we're going to pull another one here. Conditioning. Okay, and then we're going to pick up the second deck, and we're going to pull one. Laziness. Uh-oh. And we're going to pull another one. Schizophrenia. Whee! No, I'm just kidding. I'm just being humorous. Okay. We're going to go for one more. Let's just shuffle for a moment. Maybe it'll be a popper. Let's see what the guides offer with regard to receiving this. Oh, okay. We had a bunch fall. I'm going to pick them up, and then we're going to choose from this. What number am I getting? I'm getting a number 5. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, just what I was saying. Ripeness, right? I was feeling this very fruit-bearing energy this week. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I love when things already begin to connect before we even, draw the cards out. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let me put these together and let's see what we have. So we have one major arcana this week, and this is conditioning. So we're going to allow this card to be the guidance post for the rest of the reading. Conditioning speaks to this lion has taken on the stories that the sheep have told it. It has received information, been told about itself and the ways of the world because of how it is itself. And what this has done, these stories and this information that has been passed on to Lion, has caused Lion to think that he is a sheep, to think that he is a sheep. And if we look really close, we see that the lion is actually bound. And interestingly, there's a sheep bound to his back, tied up, and his face does not look empowered. Our dear lion here does not look like he's roaring in his full power and authority or in his strength. He's bound. So this speaks to us unbinding ourselves, giving ourselves permission to be free of those stories, of those people, places, and things from the past. Conditioning always has a set point of anchoring us in the past. And sometimes the thing with conditioning is that those stories that are given to us often belong to others and have no true resonance for us or with us, right? So for example, you can be told as a youth from your family members, from your mother, your father, your guardian, that money is really hard to come by. And that can be so ingrained in you that for the rest of your life, you have that conditioned pattern in your subconscious, in your unconscious. And so as you move through life, it's very difficult for you to manifest in abundance. Or if you do, you feel like you have to work really hard, that it can't just come with ease and with grace and with flow. Also, if you're brought up being told that the world is an unsafe place and you need to protect yourself, then you may find yourself having those kinds of experiences when you're out in certain areas or environments that do not allow you to relax and to feel that you can close your eyes and really feel safe and protected. You might always have to feel like you have to have one eye open, looking over your shoulder and not trusting. Again, we can be told stories from our parents, our guardians, about the opposite sex and what they really are after in us. And so what happens is that these stories, whether they're through our traditions, our cultures, our religions, our schooling, our society, through the news and the media, is that we begin to embody and absorb and take on these patterns. And I know last week I was very activated. I was feeling pretty deep last week. I'm going to put a link here to last week's tarot reading if you didn't get a chance to see it. And I go a little bit into how often and just how much the media is everywhere. You know, it's at the gas station when you pump gas. It's every time we look at our phones, and anyway, so it's everywhere. So it's not just those stories that our families are telling us, but it's the stories that the world is telling us, right? That you're not enough. Maybe you're transgender, maybe you're gay, maybe you're bi, and you feel really empowered in realizing these aspects in yourself, yet there might be realizations that the world or the environments where you might find yourself in will tell you otherwise and tell you need to be full of shame and you need to be afraid for your life and you cannot live your truth. So those are kind of like really powerful aspects at each level of possibility. Yet what we're invited into with this conditioning card is to really make a decision, to have a clear choice. This week we have this full moon, and again, I'm not an astrologer, but I know there's some big shakes happening in astrology this week. And the subconscious, unconscious stuff is getting moved, and perhaps that's what this card is pertaining to, is that it's going to be easier to see what it is that's driving us, what patterns are making decisions for us and through us, right? So it's like when you start working on yourself, you become more aware spiritually. You'll move through what was at once unconscious into conscious. You'll be doing something, and then you'll say, wait a minute, that's actually not true. I love brown sugar on my oatmeal. It was my mother who told me that it was bad to have brown sugar on the oatmeal because it causes diabetes or glucose or whatever the story, like little things like that, where you'll be like, I want brown sugar. I'm going to put brown sugar on my oatmeal, whatever it might be. Those kind of light-ended of the scale kind of things down to like, no, I am gay, or I am trans, or I am going to break this chain of believing that it's hard to make money. I am going to change these unconscious, subconscious belief patterns that the world is unsafe. I want to live in a safe world. And so I'm going to decide, and I'm going to choose peace and love, and I'm going to choose safety. Of course, I always quote the Kenny Rogers song whenever I teach. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. So there's an aspect of using our higher self wisdom, our divine grace, the master that you already are, that resides within you, in alignment and in attunement with your gut and your heart. They will always speak. Okay, so of course, some environments you want to get out of, and others are there. Well, every environment is here to show us something about ourselves. So, who are you? This is the week where you're going to be making massive leaps and bounds, right? Or not, because we have laziness and schizophrenia, which we're going to get into here shortly. But this is your opportunity, because what's our end card is success, right? Well, the end cards, I should say, success, possibilities, and ripeness. So now let's turn the tables here a little bit. So if we put those cards together, conditioning, schizophrenia, and laziness, what I can offer is that when you know you are bound, it's one thing when you're unconscious and you're just not putting brown sugar on your oatmeal and you're like fine with it, until something shifts and you become aware and you're like, I want brown sugar on my oatmeal, right? But if you don't, what am I saying? I'm saying that it's one thing to be unconscious, but as you become conscious and you want to put brown sugar on your oatmeal, but you don't let yourself put brown sugar on the oatmeal, what happens is this schizophrenia, where you're aware, you've awakened certain faculties, but you're not choosing one. You're aware of the conditioning, you're aware of your truth, but you're stuck in the middle because you're afraid to choose. You're either afraid to hurt somebody, you're afraid to step out of what is known. What if she's right? What if I start putting brown sugar on my oatmeal and I get diabetes, or it's too many carbs, or whatever the story is, right? What if it's true, I come out as gay and then I get fucking bashed. Oh my God, sorry. I didn't mean to say the F word. And then I get, bashed walking home from the pub, or, whatever it is. It's this hiding. Schizophrenia is a place of hiding. It's a place of not being in our power. But you know what? It's natural and it's human, and it's a part of our spiritual growth. It's a part of our spiritual comeuppance, is to learn how to choose for yourself. Only you can choose love. Only you can choose for yourself what is your truth. Others might see it in you, but until you see it for yourself and own it and embody it, that's your initiation to bringing that reality and those realities into your world, so that you can live them, so that you can be empowered by them, and that so you can bridge heaven on earth for you, and just by way of natural extension, exemplify that for others, perhaps, that are feeling stuck and confused and conditioned and afraid to break out of those chains that bind. Look how unhappy that lion is. And lions are usually like, look out, right? Full of heart, but also fierce. And just like, hear me roar. And that lion is not roaring. That lion is realizing the levels of conditioning that it's under, and it's awakening, and it's beginning to realize, like, if I don't begin to choose one plane or another, my mind is going to distract me and continue to drive me crazy. This is a card of the clouds, right? We always pertain to the color here in the diamond, in the gray, the silver. It's always a card of the clouds, which means it's mental. And the clouds will pass, but not if we keep clinging on. And I love how the two ravens, the two feathered family, are right up there. So your angels, your guards, your guardian, your guards, your guides too, sure, your guides, your guardians, your guides, your totem, your angel, everyone, they're here, they're right there, and they're there to help carry you in your choice of being courageous and embodying that which is true to you. This is the fine line, and for some reason it feels like this is, because we've been doing so much work and there's been so much change over these months and with these eclipses, And it's as if we're coming into, you know what it is? It's because we're ready to have the baby. And some of you have had the baby. And I know for me, it's October 19th. That's when my baby's expected to be born, you know, in the form of my book. And I have other books I'll be sharing with you as well that are already out. But you need to go to my website. You need to download. You need to subscribe and get your free The Higher Self book so you can find out about the Nowosphere, which is actually already free on iBooks. It has beautiful art in it, by the way, the iBook version, if you have iBooks, and Kindle, and it's free, and it's already out. Shh. No, don't shh. Tell everyone. Go get it now. It's a mini book. It's for empaths, sensitives, addicts, and those on that spiritual path of spiritual growth that are really having a hard time with it, right? The spiritual growth can be unnerving. But anyway, this is where we're at this week. We're about to launch. We're about to have that baby. We're about to be reborn. And this is like the check-in of like, now, are you sure going into this next chapter or this next book of your life that you want to take these stories with you? Are you sure that you want to be undecisive about XYZ, LMNOP, whatever those aspects are as you move forward? Because when you move forward, October 6th through October 13th of 2017, the baggage you take with you is going to be baggage that's going to stay with you. So this is it's almost like the last call to release, relinquish, bless, say thank you. I'll put a link here. I can't remember which side, but you'll see a little strip with an eye flash across the top of the screen. I think it's this side. I'm going to put a link. I have a very powerful tool called the energy letter, where you write an energy letter from your higher self to the other person, place, or thing's higher self. And it is such a powerful way to release, relinquish, bless, and complete and have closure. And I think that's what this is really about, because the universe, God, Source, Great Spirit, whatever all the names we can give it, love, really. The nature of love is the pattern of perfection. Being able to feel the perfection within us, being able to see the perfection in others and in all that surrounds us, that is a real gift. These stories in the unconscious and the subconscious that are coming up, patterns from 9-10 years ago, old relationships, friendships, stuff in school, whatever it is, these are the things that can hinder us from our true power. So what happens is, if we stay in the schizophrenia zone, if we stay without making a conscious choice one way or another, this is what happens. And we can keep, like I've said it months before, we can just keep pretending it's happy hour, laziness, emotional laziness. We can just order another drink and just stay in the robe and the slippers and on the couch and play video games. And I don't have anything against all that. But I'm saying that there's a time to move. There's a time to make choices. There's a time to kick ass. There's a time to say, I am that, and whatever that is, rather than letting the world tell you who you are, what you are, where you're supposed to go, where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to do. If anyone or anything is going to, offer that guidance, let it be your higher self. Let it be your heart. Let it be divine source. So the thing, when we don't have completion, when we don't make choices, when we let our mind drive us crazy, that's really an expression of emotional laziness. Depression is okay, so I've had some people write me in this last week, and you can write me. I do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. Again, my email is down in the description box. And I'm not like a Dear Abby, but as I can get to your emails, I will respond. And a few people have written experiencing depression, and this is like so normal as we realize what we are and what we are not. And that's the path of spiritual growth, and that's why it's unnerving, and that's why it's empowering to understand and have a new language, as I offer in my books, so that you can find the trail, find your trail, of liberation and sovereignty for yourself, so you can release the inability, the procrastination, the inability to commit. Okay, so I'm getting I'm getting into this here. So I wrote it on the board because more than one person actually reached out with this, and I was vibing on it, and I got this download. Depression is an emotional detox that hasn't happened yet. So where are you emotionally constipated? And I know you know the answer. Where are you emotionally constipated? Where are you being lazy? Where are you not forgiving? Where are you withholding love? Where can, for yourself or towards others? Where? Where can you make a decision to let go and let God, to let go and let love, to just let go of the past, to just forgive them and release judgment? So it's very interesting because these top 3 cards are these very binding, limiting, confusing, constipated. It's energy constipation is what it is, cards. But it's also an opportunity to become unblocked, okay? Energetically. Go to the teepee, go to the sweat lodge, go, and this is more than, well, for some of you it might just be a barefoot walk in the park, but what I'm getting this week is like the energies are turning up, and what the subconscious, unconscious is like, where the universe is just tilling the soils, and it's bringing up stuff that we're like, okay, I had a feeling that this was down there, but now I'm really clear that that was there, and how do I feel about this, and what does this inspire me to do in my life, and what does this all mean? Who do I want to be now? What choices am I going to make now? Where in my emotional life can I detox? Can I let that love flow through and bring the blessing of healing? So it's time to go get a Reiki healing session. It's time to go do a sweat lodge. It's time to go maybe even just participate and lay in a sound healing where they play the crystal bowls and the gong. But it's kind of a proactive week. I feel for us that if we have the opportunity to go and to receive these kinds of healings, these kinds of blessings, and if it resonates with you, go, receive, and let the higher order of the sonic frequency, or of the Reiki, of the steam and the smoke from the sweat lodge, the fire from the heating up the stones, just let the elements help to bring you to a sense of clarity. Maybe it's a reflexology session, maybe it's a massage, but there is some kind of an interactive cross point, I feel, for us this week that's going to help us release that final piece or pieces that is going to be so important as we move forward into from the 13th of October on, right? So that the groundway being the blueprint of us, that the energy that we are being and bringing forward into this next phase, into this next chapter, this next book of our lives, has the foundation of you being the truest version of yourself that you can be. And it's not just about you having intentions and I'm going to be a millionaire and I'm going to be a rock star and all that. And believe me, been there, seen it, done that, got the t-shirt several times, burned them over it. Okay, we're going to go a little deep here just for a second, and then we're going to move on to the final cards. This is the kind of thing where an addict says, I really just want a wife and a child and a home, and I want to make a beautiful life. So that addict can say affirmations, they can write energy letters, they can do all this stuff to be very clear on what it is they want to create. Yet, if they don't commit and make a choice to healing their addiction, it doesn't matter how many affirmations they make. It doesn't matter how many affirmations and intentions are created. Because the blueprint that they're bringing into this next chapter, the bar is not raised high enough to truly attract those situations that would be of service, that would have lasting power. Does that make sense? So in that way, we want things to change. We want whatever it is we want. Yet, what is the underlying, the hidden subconscious message, the part of you, what's the part of you that needs healing in order for that stuff that you want to be of the highest order and the most powerful and the most empowering and beautiful? The universe just wants the best for you. Love is the truth, and love takes care of us. And love is saying, where can you invite me into your life more, into your body more, into your patterns more, into your thoughts more, into your healing process more? Okay, Divine wants the best for us. And then, where do we go? We go right into, I think we're having the baby. If you haven't had the baby yet, I think it's like, well, hold on, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's exactly, the next tarot reading is exactly the week coming up to when I know for me that I'll be launching my book. So it does feel like we're coming up to having the baby. And this card says it all. This is a card of fire, success. This is you saying yes to you and the universe saying, like, we got you. You got your own back. You're supporting yourself. You're trusting yourself. You're trusting your heart. You're committing. You're making decisions. And you're saying yes. And you're saying yes to the truth in your heart. And you're saying no to old stories and paradigms that don't serve you. And you're saying, yes, I'm going to heal these parts of myself so I can move on with a lighter load. And the Most High blesses you. And this is the kind of blessing that is international, that is worldwide, planetary, and galactic. I'm talking, this is the part of you that is inherently and divinely connected with a higher strata of past life connections, of oversoul groups, of angels, of guardian angels, of all sorts of divine light entity and beings, those embodied as humans in this world, and those that live in the invisible world. This is your team, basically. This is your team, and you saying, we got this, we are it. We are it. Woo! Like, this is it. This is it. Congratulations. Congratulations. Your time is now. Your time is now. Are you going to choose it? Are you going to own it? When you do, a whole world of possibilities opens up, and that's the next level. That's the next level. That's when the energy starts to get some new momentum. And that's why we can't have the heavy. We can't have those old baggages, those indecisions and those holding ons and those being emotionally constipated and all this stuff. No, let it go. Bless it. Bless it. Bless it. Again, I'll put another video link here. Remote saging. It's a little 1-minute video, and it's just so powerful. There's all sorts of energy tools that you can do to help clear and cleanse and purify, but it's about being proactive so you can have this, so you can give birth, so you can launch. And you know what? It might not even be a project. It might not be a physical being, a baby that you're birthing, but it's you. It's you. It's you at your most powerful, at your most divine and majestic and aligned with the truth in your heart, and nothing can mess with that. Nothing. Again, a world of possibilities opens up to you when you say yes, and when you let yourself have success. Again, a lot of people say, oh, I want to be successful, but there's an underlying belief, whether it's yours or someone else's that gave it to you, that you agreed to, that's afraid of success. So how is that going to work? Again, this is the week to let your meditations show you. Let those healing modalities open up those gateways to show you, because what we end on is a grounding card, an earth card. The fruit is ready to fall from the tree. You've been working hard. No, you've just been doing the work, because we don't have to work hard. But you just have been paying attention. You've been paying attention to you. And, you have a lot of integrity. You are authentic. You are beautiful. You are blessed. And you are a blessing in this world. Some are dealing with addiction. Some are dealing with, mental patterns of self-sabotage. And you might feel that you're more grungy and dirty in your aura than you actually are. I want you to know right now that you're actually cleaner than you think you are, than you give yourself credit for. Now, granted, This week we get to do some work and release and clean up and closure and have some completion. But your vibration is actually higher than you think it is. And all the work that you've been doing on yourself, which is really just saying yes to you, saying yes to love, saying yes to placing love within and all around, is bearing this beautiful fruit. And the fruit has already fallen from the tree. So I think we're having this baby. We are going to give birth this week. Oh, wow. Get ready. Get ready to celebrate. It is on. You are on. You are turned on. You are plugged in. Universe, galaxy, guardian angels, everybody. See, the blessings of possibility cannot come to you unless you have your back and you say, yes, I am ready to receive. I receive it. I am, therefore I receive. I am that I am. And what are these fruits going to bless us with this week? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, that's it. Again, I am Tuesday May Thomas. This is your weekly tarot energy forecast, October 6th through 13th. Go to the description box below for details about my giveaways for my free book. Sign up for my newsletter at my website. Get your free mini ebook, The Higher Self, Blueprint of Mastery. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for me. I'm so excited for us. Thank you for subscribing, for liking, for sharing, for commenting. Blessings and namaste.